each of these gill arches here supports a group of gill filaments, right? Okay, and the bony arches are what give the gill filaments their stability. But running along each of these gill arches is an artery where we drain the oxygenated blood that's coming from the gill filaments. I know, right? It's like stinging my nose.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. I gotta stop doing this with my mouth hanging open.
You're gonna be really good in carving turkeys, you know? Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. I don't like turkey, and I don't
really?
like,
Me
I don't
too.
like it. I don't
I
like
hate
turkey or chicken.
It's so dry.
It's just so, I don't know, I don't like it.
No motivation whatsoever.
Okay, so you see how there's this big, huge artery, hold on, that's draining each of these gill filaments that runs along the gill arch. So I picked away at that gill arch, and what I was left with is this huge artery here. God, I hope I don't cut that. Okay, so each of the gill arches drains into one of these arteries. These are called the efferent branchial arteries, okay? And all of the gill filaments will drain their blood into these efferent branchial arteries, and they're connected by these little tributaries. Here's one right here. This is called a cross trunk. Okay, so see how it connects the two filament sides? So the cross trunks help empty the gill filament, the oxygenated blood, into these efferent branchial arteries. So as these arteries are, geez, this is so funny. This is like, it's so meaty. Sorry. So, what I'm gonna do is cut the esophagus off. Sorry, guys. What, Frank? Is this your shark?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my shark. It's big.
It is a big shark. Okay, so, all right. So all of these efferent branchial arteries, they drain into this one big vessel here. See that? And that big vessel runs all the way down the dorsal surface of the shark. Okay? This is called the dorsal aorta. All right? And what we have is that we have the first, oh shit, I broke it. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, you're gonna kill me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut this ovary off. Sorry for those of you who are recording.
I'll just
that, see, it's a little part here. It's the very first branch. This is called the celiac artery. The celiac artery then branches off into several different groups. So here's the main branch of it. It branches all the way out to here. And then, if we kind of pick through the mesentery here, we see that there are several different branches from the celiac artery. This first branch goes here to the stomach. See how it goes here to the stomach like that? That's called the gastric artery. The second branch here goes to, see the yellow, or the pink, sorry. The pink follows the yellow all the way to the duodenum. And then if you followed it along the surface, it would eventually go into the pancreas, but we can't see the tributaries very well. I just know that it goes to the duodenum here, okay? This is the pancreatico-mesenteric artery, okay? And then the third branch goes over here to the liver, and that's the hepatic, okay? So your celiac artery branches into the gastric, the pancreatico-mesenteric, and the hepatic. So if I were going to pin these, I'm going to pin them close to the organ where they go, okay? Okay? So that was your first branch of the dorsal aorta. We got these little things flying off everywhere. Okay, so if we follow the dorsal aorta down, okay, see we're following it. This is the mesovarium, right? Okay, there's more of it over here. This big thing sheet here, connected to the greater curvature, greater omentum. Okay, so here's the dorsal aorta. It then branches off up to the valvular intestine and then up to here where the spleen is. The branch to the valvular intestine is called the anterior mesenteric artery. Okay, it goes to the anterior portion of the large intestine. Okay, the second branch goes up here to the spleen, and it eventually will go in a small tributary here to the stomach. It's called the gastrosplenic artery. Okay, so it goes to the spleen. You can see it here. Okay, so see, there's a difference in branching. Anterior mesenteric artery, splenic, gastrosplenic artery. Your final branch right here is to the rectal gland. This is the posterior mesenteric artery. Okay, so you have three branches: celiac, then you have anterior mesenteric, you have gastrosplenic, and then you have posterior mesenteric. The celiac splits into three different groups, or three different arteries: gastric, pancreatico-mesenteric, and hepatic. Okay, now we're going to look at all of the veins that lead into this big yellow vessel here, which is the hepatic portal vein. So see how everything in yellow is coming up and joining into here, into the hepatic portal vein? That's all going to go through the liver and end up here in your sinus venosus. Okay? So, coming from the large intestine here, see how there's a vein that travels right along here. It's collecting all the nutrients from here. This is called the lienomesenteric vein. Lienomesenteric. Okay? The next vein is following along with your pancreatico-mesenteric artery. It's the pancreatico-mesenteric vein. Okay? And then finally, what's my last one? Gastric. Okay, so finally, what you want to do is look for your gastric artery and find the yellow tributaries that are coming off the stomach. And then it's not injected very well, but there, see this little yellow vein right here? It's pouring into there. This is the gastric vein. If I were going to pin the gastric vein, I would do it right on the stomach, okay? So the gastric vein, the pancreatico-mesenteric vein, and the lienomesenteric vein all eventually flow into the hepatic portal vein, okay? Lienomesenteric, pancreatico-mesenteric, gastric, hepatic portal. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah!
Yay!
Woohoo! You are done and done. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Okay.